Let me show you. Okay, there it is recording. Okay, so look at this unit starter. Is a unit 9. It says, he said, she said. So you see, right, this, what do you see in the picture? These two girls. What do you think these two girls are doing? What do you think they're doing?
They are telling a secret.
Yes, maybe they're telling each other a secret. Maybe they're telling each other a gossip. Yeah. Okay, gossip. You know what that means? You tell other person something about another person, right? That's a gossip. And okay, it says the question: when you're not together, how do you communicate with your friends? Okay, very well. So we're going to check the next words. We have a few words that we use with, these are some verbs. We're going to focus first on these verbs. They are called reporting verbs. Why? Because we use them in this topic, in the reported speech. Okay. The reported speech is a structure that we use when we repeat what other person said. But there are some specific rules in English. Well, here we have some verbs that are used as reporting verbs. Okay. They are related to communication, but would like you to, okay, like help me complete it. So say, what is say? Is the letter E, is to tell someone about a fact, thought, or opinion. What do you think is the meaning of explain?
The
Yes. Explain is
age.
to make something easy to understand. Very well. That is the meaning of explain. All right. So for example, I can, in reported speech, you can repeat what other person said. So for example, he said, um, I could go to his house. Okay. He explained, I could not go alone. Okay, good. So you use these verbs with the reported speech. Okay, we're going to see what's that in a moment. How about remind? What do you think is remind? Is similar to remember, but comes the other way? What do you think is remind?
The letter D.
Mhm. Very well. So remember is when I tell you remember, right? So it means you have the memories. When I tell you remind me, it means I want to make you remember, right? Remind is make someone remember. So remember is acordarse, right? And remind is recordar a alguien o recordar algo, right? So that's the difference. So exactly that's letter D. Good. How about whisper? Whisper is when you speak like with a very low voice to the other person's ear.
The
A,
letter A.
Exactly. To speak very quietly, that's letter A. Okay. Now tell. How about tell? What do you think is that?
I,
Okay. To share news or information with someone. Yeah. Yes. So tell is used like, for example, you can say tell a joke, tell a story, tell a joke, tell a story. It can be tell in general the difference would be that tell means contar, okay, contar algo a alguien, right? So that's the meaning of tell. So I think will be letter I. How about shout? Shout is the opposite of whisper, is to speak very loud. So what do you think is that?
C,
Good. Okay, so that's C. Good. Announce. What do you think is announce?
J.
Very well. Can be to say something officially, can be also, yeah, I think it's J. J, very well. That's announce. So from here we get the word announcement. Announce, right? Okay, the next one is promise. So which one do you think is promise?
Letter G.
Exactly, to say you will certainly do something. Good. Suggest. Suggest is like an advice.
B,
Suggest.
B,
To express an idea for someone to consider. Very well. And finally, complain. It's F, right? It's to say you're unhappy or don't like something, right? Quejarse. Do you have any questions about these verbs? These are the reporting verbs. Any questions about it?
No, teacher.
Okay, so I'm going to show you some interesting differences between some verbs and some expressions that we use with speak. Okay, so we have these are called the reporting verbs. Why reporting verbs? Because you use them when we say in English report. Report is to repeat, all right? So basically, let's leave that. In English, reporting means repeating something. Okay, so I'm going to show you the differences between some other verbs. We have the verb talk and we have the verb speak as well. Well, the verb talk, there are some differences between talk and speak, right? And these have to do more with the collocations, all right? Hay algunas diferencias entre talk y speak, right? For us, we have the same verb. Tenemos solo un verbo, en español, hablar. El verbo hablar y no tenemos otro verbo, right? Bueno, puede ser conversar o etcétera, pero en general hablar, en inglés tenemos dos diferentes verbos. Two main verbs, and these, okay, I will write expressions related to speak. So these expressions are well, differences between talk and the difference with speak, right? Talk and speak. So when do we use talk? Talk is used when you can talk about a topic, You can talk about a person, and you can talk to a person. All right. So for example, in English, you can say, I'm talking, or I don't know, we are talking about reported speech. Reported speech is el tema que estamos viendo, right? So I'm saying we're talking about, we talk about when we are talking about a topic, right? She is talking about you. Ella está hablando acerca de ti. He is talking to her. Él está hablando con ella. All right. When do we use speak? So speak usually is more formal than talk, right? For example, you can say, I need to speak to you. I need to speak to you significa como que necesito hablar contigo, but it's more formal, all right? You can also say, I speak 3 languages. I speak 3 languages. You don't use this with talk. No puedes decir talk a language, all right? So that's how you use it. You say speak. You can also say, well, usually when you talk about, you use talk and you don't use speak. Okay, now we have some expressions too. So the first expression will be speak out. Esas ya son como algunas frases, okay? So speak out. Okay, also, right? Speak is used like the ability, right? For example, he's paralyzed and he's not able to speak. Él está paralizado y no puede hablar. So in this case, you can say, you can't say talk. You need to use speak. All right. Very well. So those are some differences between talk and speak. Now we have the expression speak out. Okay, so it has like several meanings. Okay, so speak out, it means to express yourself. So if I'll tell you speak out, so that means I want you to express yourself. Now we have the next expression that is speak out of turn. Speak out of turn. So it means to say something inappropriate. To say something inappropriate. Okay. So you speak out of turn cuando digamos se te sale alguna palabra o decir algo que no querías decir, algo inapropiado, algo incorrecto, so you say speak out of turn. That's one expression, right? So you also use speak to when you want to, it's a formal way, right? For example, can I speak to your manager? That's a common phrase, right? Can I speak to your manager? Right? When you want to complain about some things, you say speak instead of talk because it's like more formal. Okay. Okay, we also say speak volumes, or we can say speaks well. What do you think is speak volumes or speaks well? For example, it speaks volumes of you to help homeless animals, dogs. It speaks volumes of you to help homeless dogs. ¿Qué creen que quiere decir esta frase? Speak volumes.
I
Or
don't know.
Or speaks well. It speaks volumes of you to help homeless dogs. Es como, eso habla bien de ti. Ok. Habla bien de ti, que ayudes a los perros sin hogar. So you can say in English, speak well, or you can say speak volumes. Okay. There's another expression, speaking of the devil. Speaking of the devil, it means hablando del diablo, pero no significa hablando con el diablo que estés haciendo algo satánico, ¿no? Speaking of the devil significa como hablando del rey de Roma, right? Just that in Spanish in English we don't say rey de Roma, in English we say hablando hablando sobre el diablo, right? Speaking of the devil. Okay. The next one is speak your mind. Speak your mind quiere decir igualmente como di lo que pienses. Di lo que piensas, right? Speak your mind. Okay. The another one would be verbalize. Verbalize, it means verbalizar, right? So it means to be able to put in words what you feel. Quiere decir ser capaz de poner en palabras lo que sientes, right? You can say, for example, I wasn't able to verbalize how horrible it was. Okay. No fui capaz de verbalizar qué terrible era. Qué terrible fue esa experiencia, right? So you can use this verb. Okay. Well, we have another one. Speak up. Speak up means to support a person or idea. For example, I could say, I need to speak up for myself or who will. I need to speak up for myself or who will. Okay, or I could say, I speak up for my brother. Entonces, speak up significa defender, con palabras, apoyar. Por ejemplo, necesito apoyarme a mí mismo o hablar bien de mí mismo o, how can we say this? Apoyar lo que, bueno, mis metas, right? O quién lo hará. I speak up for my brother, que decir como yo defiendo a mi hermano, como que no hables mal de él porque yo lo defiendo. Okay, now please take 3 of these expressions and make some examples here and write them on the chat, please. I leave them here on the chat. Please take only 3 of these expressions and write them here on the chat. Okay, you can write your sentences here in the chat. Okay, only Itzel is missing, please. Okay, let's see your answers. So speaking of the table, the bus arrived. Good. Verbalize your feelings, friend. I will speak to, aquí podemos utilizar to or with, pero no ambos al mismo tiempo, okay? So verbal, I speak to your parents. I will speak to your parents or I will speak with your parents. Okay, very well. So this is what we're going to learn today. One moment. So I had explained to you, right, about these. Now that I'm having a problem with my computer, I'm not sure what it is, but I will ask you to check these. To check these pictures that I'm going to send you. I'm sorry, guys, I don't know what's going on today. It's too slow. Okay. I got it finally. Okay, so please someone help me read. Okay, we're going to read these slides, the ones that I send you here. Okay, please could you help me, Uriel, to read the first picture, this one that I sent on WhatsApp, please?
The first picture,
Yes.
reported speech. Report speech. Reported speech is when we tell someone what another person said. To do this, we can use direct speech or indirect speech. Direct speech. I work in a bank, said Daniel. Indirect speech. Daniel said that he worked in a bank.
Very good. So exactly, reported speech is when we tell other person, right, what we had said. Okay, very well. So we have two ways, direct speech, right? Direct speech or quoted speech. So we actually don't use the quoted speech very much, right? For example, you want to tell what your mom said, for example, no vas a decir, limpia la casa, dijo mi mamá, right? We don't use this like in a very common speech. Entonces diríamos más bien, mi mamá dijo que limpiara, all right? Entonces, esto es lo mismo. The rules are very similar. So we're going to read the next slide. Please, Nubia, can you help me, please?
Yes, teacher. In indirect speech, we often use a tense which is further back in the past. Example, worked. That than the tense originally used, work. This is called back
Mhm.
shift. We also may need to change other words that were used, for example, pronouns.
Mhm. Very good. So this is what we use. There is one rule to make this reported speech. So you need to use backshift. Backshift means that you're going to take like back in time, right? So this is not very weird because we say in Spanish too. For example, if you say, a ella le gusta la pizza. Entonces, él me dijo que a ella le gustaba la pizza, right? So in Spanish, we often tend to confuse this because if you say le gustaba, o sea que ya no le gusta, right? But in English, we use this to say that the correct reported speech, all right? So it is actually very common and you don't get any problem about it. So yeah. Yes, that's what it is about. Okay, very well. So let's see. Now, you see that here we have a chart that I show you the next picture, okay? Could you please help me, Itzel, can you help me read please the left and right column? We're going to read just the three first examples, please. Could you read them? It's on the picture that I sent on WhatsApp. Okay, maybe Nubia, please help us read these examples.
Yes, teacher. Direct speech. I want a holiday. Reported speech. She told me she wanted a holiday.
Good.
Bob
So you,
is
sorry, wait, stop. So you see, here we have the simple present. So we change to the simple past. Good. What else?
Bob is annoying me. Jane said Bob was annoying her.
Mhm.
I have eaten too much. He said he had eaten too much.
Very
The
good.
class has been interesting. Anne said the class had been interesting.
Good. So you see,
s-
okay, we can stop here. So we have the simple present and we change to the simple past. Present continuous, past continuous, right? So that's the rule. That's what I had told you, right? That's the rule about the back shift. So I change one tense to another. And so if I have the present, I change to past and so on. Okay, so that's basically what the reported speech is about. And now we're going to practice a little bit. We're going